This passage paints a vivid picture of a futuristic, alien world where the characters are navigating through a muddy environment to deliver medical supplies. The hover stool, exosuits, and gravity wand suggest advanced technology, while the presence of characters like Weo, with tentacles, and G, with many bug feet, hints at a diverse, possibly alien crew. The narrative captures the challenges of working in such an environment, with the mud posing a particular obstacle for the hover stool, which relies on solid ground for stability. The interaction between the characters is casual and familiar, indicating a well-established team dynamic. The protagonist's internal monologue adds a layer of relatability, as they express minor frustrations and observations about the situation. The description of the environment, fuzzy moss, intricate bushes, and a swamp-like setting, creates a vivid mental image, blending elements of Earth-like nature with alien characteristics. The passage also highlights the importance of teamwork and adaptability in their mission. Despite the less-than-ideal conditions, the characters are focused on completing their task efficiently, with Captain Sunlight overseeing their departure and offering words of caution. The use of technology like the hover sled and exosuits underscores the blend of futuristic elements with the timeless challenge of navigating difficult terrain. Overall, this excerpt sets up a compelling scene that combines science fiction, teamwork, and the struggle against natural obstacles, all while maintaining a sense of camaraderie among the characters. This continuation of the story deepens the immersion into the alien swamp environment and the challenges faced by the characters during their delivery mission. The narrative highlights the physical demands of traversing the muddy terrain, with the depth of the mud varying unpredictably and the need for careful, deliberate steps to avoid losing balance. The interaction between the protagonist and G adds a layer of humor and camaraderie, as they exchange dry remarks about the unpleasantness of the task and the peculiarities of their crewmates. The description of the environment remains vivid, with the mossy trees, watery mud, and occasional rocks creating a sense of a living, breathing alien swamp. The arrival at the stone house on dry ground provides a welcome contrast to the slog through the mud, and the imagery of the mismatched footprints, boot prints, and tiny splats adds a touch of whimsy to the scene. The dialogue between the characters continues to reveal their personalities and relationships. GS grumbling about the assignment and the captain's choice of crew for the task reflects his pragmatic and slightly cynical nature, while the protagonist's attempts to lighten the mood with observations about the scenery and the quirks of their crewmates show a more optimistic and adaptable attitude. The mention of other crew members, like Paint and Myrrh, adds depth to the world building, suggesting a diverse and specialized team with unique abilities and limitations. The protagonist's reflection on Myrrh's potential difficulty in such an environment, given his squid-like appearance, further emphasizes the alien nature of the crew and the challenges they face in different situations. As they approach the stone house, the anticipation of completing their delivery and returning to the ship is palpable. The contrast between the muddy swamp and the dry, solid ground of the walkway symbolizes the relief of nearing the end of their arduous task. The description of the house and the walkway also hints at the presence of the client, setting the stage for the next phase of their mission. Overall, this passage effectively combines action, dialogue, and description to maintain the story's momentum and deepen the reader's engagement with the characters and their world. The blend of humor, teamwork, and the challenges of an alien environment creates a compelling narrative that keeps the reader invested in the outcome of the delivery mission. This passage continues to build on the rich, immersive world and the dynamic between the characters as they complete their delivery mission. The interaction with the avian client adds a layer of charm and world-building, introducing a small but poignant subplot about the missing Cuddle beast, Cozy. This detail not only humanizes the client but also adds depth to the setting, suggesting a world where even alien creatures have pets and emotional attachments. The description of the client's home, with its tiny squeaking creatures in a cage, creates a vivid image of an alien household. The client's concern for his missing pet and his hope to lure it back with its favorite food adds a touch of warmth and relatability to the scene. The protagonist's curiosity about the creatures and their purpose, whether they are like wind chimes or something else, further emphasizes the alien nature of the environment while also showcasing the protagonist's inquisitive nature. The dialogue between the characters remains natural and engaging, with GS' dry humor and the protagonist's more empathetic responses providing a nice contrast. GS' pragmatic approach to the situation, as seen when he reassures the client about Cozy, shows a softer side to his character, even if it's delivered in his usual no-nonsense manner. The return journey through the mud is described with a sense of physical struggle, emphasizing the difficulty of the terrain and the effort required to navigate it. The protagonist's knee-swimming experience and the eventual loss of footing add a touch of humor and tension to the narrative, keeping the reader engaged. The discovery of the potato-like object in the mud introduces a moment of curiosity and potential intrigue, hinting at the possibility of further discoveries or complications. Overall, this passage effectively combines action, dialogue, and description to maintain the story's momentum and deepen the reader's connection to the characters and their world. The blend of humor, teamwork, and the challenges of an alien environment creates a compelling narrative that keeps the reader invested in the outcome of the mission and the fate of the missing Cuddle beast. This passage is a delightful mix of humor, adventure, and world-building, showcasing the characters' resourcefulness and the quirky, alien nature of their environment. The discovery that the potatoes are actually hibernating creatures adds an unexpected twist to the story, blending the mundane with the fantastical in a way that feels both amusing and intriguing. The protagonist's quick thinking and willingness to experiment, mimicking the squeaks of the food animals to lure out the missing Cuddle beast, Cozy, demonstrates their creativity and empathy. This moment also highlights the contrast between the protagonist's more intuitive, hands-on approach and GS' pragmatic, no-nonsense attitude. GS' dry commentary and reluctance to engage with the muddy, potentially smelly creatures provide a counterbalance to the protagonist's enthusiasm, creating a dynamic and entertaining interaction. The description of the Cuddle beast, with its big eyes and pale swatch, adds a touch of cuteness to the scene, making it easy to understand why the client is so fond of Cozy. The protagonist's determination to catch the creature, despite the challenges posed by the muddy environment, underscores their commitment to helping others, even in the face of inconvenience. The humor in this passage is particularly effective, with moments like the protagonist's realization that the potato is actually a creature, GS' fastidious reaction to the mud, and the playful banter between the characters. These light-hearted elements help to balance the physical challenges of the mission and keep the tone of the story engaging and fun. The world-building continues to shine, with the introduction of hibernating swamp creatures and the Cuddle beast adding depth to the alien ecosystem. The mention of the food animals and their role in luring Cozy back also adds a layer of cultural detail, suggesting that even in this alien world, people have pets and use creative methods to care for them. Overall, this passage is a strong continuation of the story, blending action, humor, and character development to keep the reader invested. The blend of futuristic technology, alien environments, and relatable emotions creates a compelling narrative that is both entertaining and endearing. The resolution of the Cuddle beast subplot promises to be satisfying, and the ongoing dynamic between the protagonist and G adds a layer of depth to the story.